Hey YouTube, it's Jennifer. It is Monday, April 2nd, 2012. This is my 4-week post-op video. I will admit last week was a really rough week, but to get to the numbers, today I weighed myself and I was 282 point whatever, who cares. So that makes it a 7-pound loss since last week. Actually a 7-pound loss since like 4 days ago, because I've been weighing myself almost every other day this week. And then I stopped because I was like freaking myself out. But 7-pound loss this week for a grand total of 19 pounds in the past 4 weeks. I was 301 when I had surgery. I'm now at 282. I cannot believe I'm at 282. That means in like 3 more pounds I'm in the 270s, which I don't even remember the last time I was in the 270s. Maybe it was easily 8 or 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. So, I mean, it was a long time ago. So, I'm close, and my first mini goal was 260, which I thought, I thought if I set that goal and I reached it around May, that would be good, and I may just meet my first mini goal by May. So, a lot of numbers, but basically lost 7 pounds this week, 19 pounds since surgery, and things are okay. I still have to schedule the endoscope. Nobody has called me to schedule that yet. So I called today and they were kind of surprised that nobody had called me yet. So just waiting on them to still schedule it. And I'm still going to have it done, but I started, when I was really thinking about it for a long time, I started realizing the one thing that all the foods had in common that I, get sick on or end up feeling really ill on are all foods that are hot. They're hot foods, freshly prepared. I didn't really give them time to cool down, or, they're supposed to be they're supposed to be ate while they're hot. And maybe my stomach just wasn't ready for warm, hot foods. Like right now I have some ham and cheese, and I know it looks kind of gross, but it's just Polish ham and some reduced fat provolone cheese, and then I just heat it up, melt it all up together in a pan, and put it in a bowl. And if I have 4 slices of thinly sliced ham, if I have 4 slices of ham and like 3 pieces of provolone cheese, and I melt it all together, it's about, I think it's like close to 300 calories and about 39 grams of protein. So there's times when you just get so sick of your protein shakes, you just don't want to drink any more protein. So this is another thing that I do to get my protein. I don't eat this too often, but like I can eat this, and I don't eat it when it's still really hot. So maybe my stomach just doesn't like hot foods, just like it really doesn't like lukewarm water. It's got to be cold water. Our bodies are just weird now. They're totally different than they were prior to surgery, and not just in the obvious way, but they operate differently now. With things that you wouldn't normally think of. So that could just be my issue. But I'm still going to have the endoscope just to make sure everything's okay. I'm able to eat foods now, and I'll be okay. I just really think about what I'm about to eat. And I think that was a big issue last week that I was having, was I was so frustrated with, like, what the hell can I eat? Like, I want the things that I want to eat, I can't eat anymore. And if I try to eat them, I get sick. Some of those things I didn't care, and I just try to eat them anyway. But that's the head stuff. That's the emotional and the mental part of you that's like, when I was stressed out before, this is what I ate, this is what I want to eat. There's a place here in Michigan, I don't think they're anywhere else but in Michigan, but it's called Tubby Subs. Lord have mercy. The best subs you've ever eaten in your entire life. And I used to go there so often that they started giving me a card where after I bought 10 subs, I got one for free. And I was there so often that I didn't even have to place my order. I would just pull up to the little speaker. They'd see that it was me in my car, and they'd just tell me to pull up to the window. Um, and that's one of the things that I started having. I had that at McDonald's. McDonald's, I had to place my order, but when I'd come through, they knew who I was. But the two biggest places were Tubby's and Taco Bell. The lady at Taco Bell, she'd probably hang out with me if I asked her to, because, I mean, I went to Taco Bell and Tubby's so much, and I still go to Taco Bell now, but I can't eat what I used to eat. Like, I can get one soft taco with just meat and cheese, and that will fulfill me for hours. But anyway, back to my story is Tubby's was my favorite place to go. And I had this routine where I'd go to Tubby's, I'd get my sub, I'd drive around back towards McDonald's, get my large pop or my large sweet tea, sit in the parking lot, eat, and then go home. And the other day when I was really stressed out and I just didn't know what else to do, I really wanted to go to Tubby's and I really wanted to go to McDonald's. And I just told myself, like, even if you got a 6-inch sub, I don't want to be sick. And I don't want to start habits that I have broke for a month. I haven't been there in a month. For whatever reason, doesn't matter what the reason is, doesn't matter if it's physically impossible for me to eat it. I have not gone there in a month, and that's a big freaking deal. And, you know, maybe thinner people or people who have an easy time losing weight think that's ridiculous and want to laugh and cause blame or say that that's the reason why I am the way I am, and sure it is. That stuff's not good for you. But long story short is I didn't go. And when you start making decisions like that and you start breaking old habits, that's when change starts to happen. And I really think my body was not losing weight because I really do feel like it was subconsciously trying to hold on to what I knew, what I was comfortable with. And I've just kind of changed my mind. Like, I can't eat that stuff. It's not that I don't want to. It's not that it's easy to not eat it. I just can't eat it. I don't want to eat it. Once I did that, 7 pounds gone in a week. So I'm back on the losing slope. Other than that, let's see. Oh, my work has been, I work for the Red Cross. I do data entry. And there are 2 regions of the Red Cross that do data entry that are right now on strike. There's one in Central Ohio, and there's one that's over by Kalamazoo in Michigan. Kind of like the western part of, not western, yeah, the western part of Michigan, I'm sorry. They're both on strike. So in addition to all the work that my department has, and all the changes that my department has made to increase our workload already, now we have 2 more departments that we have to do all their work. And quite frankly, there's not enough people to do all the work. They're hiring very slowly and very minimal amount of people because within a year or so, we're all losing our jobs. We're all being displaced. They're closing down our department completely because of some new software that they've created. So I felt really bad that coworkers that I respect and really like and I consider friends are working 16-hour shifts a couple times a week because 1, I'm not there, and 2, there's too much work. Now, I'm fabulous. I'm awesome. I'm very good at my job. But I am aware that me not being there is not causing that great of an increase in the workload. But I do know that me being there is going to help. And if I can sit here at home and be on the computer, I can go to work and be on the computer. So I called my doctor and he agreed to release me back to work as of this Saturday. I typically work Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. He was a little iffy about me working a midnight shift when I'm now on the schedule of sleeping at night. But so he told me, just start on Saturday and go from there. So I emailed my boss and let her know that I could go back to work as of Saturday, that I would scan the doctor's note to her as soon as I received it in the mail. And I haven't heard back from her yet, so I don't quite know what's going on or how many hours they're going to give me. I do expect to be, how do I word this in a politically correct manner? I don't think things are going to work out in my favor when I return. Let's put it that way. I expect, because I've had so much time off work, and because some of my coworkers are extremely petty and juvenile, even though they're at least 20, 30 years my senior, I do expect things to be more difficult when I go back to work. But the plus side is I need money, and I need money fast. And then that's another reason why I'm going back to work. It's not just to help out, but because I really do need the money. I'm moving on May 3rd. I'm staying in the same complex. I'm just moving to a one-bedroom. I was served papers yesterday. One of my credit cards is suing me for non-payment. And that's all good and fine. I'm filing bankruptcy, but I have now 21 days to file bankruptcy before this lawsuit will go into effect, and I will end up having to pay them back through garnished wages, what I simply can't afford. I don't make that much as it is. I mean, I earn good money, but I don't work that many hours to have my wages garnished. So I need the money. I need the money bad. I have to start my bankruptcy immediately. So we'll see how that all goes. But besides going back to work and losing the weight that I've lost, and my head being in a little bit better of a place now, I'm doing, I'm pretty much just doing the same. Trying to get as much protein as I can, trying to walk still, trying to drink enough water, being, careful with what I eat and how much I eat, because it's easy to overeat, if you don't listen to what your stomach is telling you. And the other thing that I've kind of noticed is there's only one person in particular that I'm talking about, but I'm sure that there's others that I haven't really thought about. But there was one person in particular that I felt very comfortable being vulnerable around and being completely myself. And during the past week, when I was kind of going through like some dark times with changes and everything, this person basically told me either suck it up and fix your life or shut the fuck up, basically. I mean, that's exactly what his words were. And that really, really disappointed me, because I would never do that to my friends. And so that made me think of, I was just laying there one night and I thought of that saying. Yeah, my cat thinks she's an acrobat. Or he's an acrobat. I can't tell which cat that is. Oh, that's my little black one. But that made me think of that quote, if you can't handle me at my worst, you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best. And I really haven't talked to him since. For what reason? I mean, whatever feelings I have, he's not reciprocating, so we're just friends, and I don't really think that's a way to treat your friends. I mean, if he gets frustrated because he can't handle his problems the way that he wants to, or he doesn't feel comfortable expressing that vulnerable part of himself to his friends, that is not my problem. It's just not my problem, and I don't have to deal with somebody who treats me like that. So, yeah, I haven't completely, I just haven't talked to him. But anyway, long story short, mind is changing. The mind is changing. The habits are changing. It's a really weird, long, hard, arduous process to go through, but I'm starting to feel like it's going to be worth it in the end. And I had that feeling week one, and then it went away for a couple weeks with all the issues I was having with food, and now it's starting to come back again. So I'm a little bit more hopeful than I was last week. Anyway, I want to get back to finishing my meal, and I don't know what I'm going to do today. I need to get some boxes and start packing. But at any rate, I wish you all well. I hope you're all doing great. Any questions or comments? I love hearing from you guys, so feel free. Other than that, I will see you in a week. And by then, I'll be back to work and hopefully in the 270s. It's so crazy. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Bye.